On today's episode of the Aeong Show, we'll talk about why it's okay to be cringe. Hello everyone, this is Zach and welcome back to the Aeong Show. Today is Friday and today's another day of talking about, just random topics, things I'm interested in, things that, topics that are on my mind. Last week we talked about, not to be embarrassed about the things you love. If you like something, just enjoy it. As long as you're not hurting anyone, who cares? This week it's kind of like branching off from that topic a little bit, kind of staying in the same vein, but a little bit different. We're going to talk about being cringe. Now, I feel like cringe is something that has gotten way too overplayed in like the past so many years. Like everything is just called cringe, no matter like what it is, no matter if it's actually embarrassing or whether it's just something that someone likes, they'll call it cringe. I mean, you see it all the time. Like in comments and everything, all over social media, you'll see it. They use cringe used a bunch. And I feel like the word has really like gotten away from people a bit. Like so many things are just not that cringe or like not that big a deal, but like they're called cringe, and then like it makes people like overthink what they're doing and all that. I feel like you just gotta like, again, this kind of goes back to the last topic of last week, just like, relax. Like not everything's that big a deal. Like, we're all just kind of figuring out what we're doing anyway. Like I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. We're all just randomly on this giant planet, and like we have to figure out what's what. Like not everything has to be a big deal. Like why are we always like, I feel like it's so easy on like social media especially to just like go for the negative, like go for the negative like response, the negative thought, the negative comment, instead of like, you know just moving on and like going about your day. It's like it's so easy to just like see something you don't like or see something you don't agree with, and instead of just be like, oh well, I don't like that, and moving on. It's like so many people have to respond, and they have to say some negative thing, and it's just like why? Like I don't get it. Like most of this stuff is just like inconsequential to like anything. So like why bother with, like I can understand in some situations if it's like, like important things in like the world. Okay, that's a different story. Feel free to give your opinions and thoughts on things that matter, like, that actually matter. But like, things of like, oh, you see a video of someone like, I don't know, talking about how much they love a certain cereal, and like there's always that person who's gonna come and be like, cringe, oh, that sucks. Why into that? Like this, oh, what do you cringe? Like what, and like why? What like what like how did we get to that? Like you could have just seen it and be like, oh, I don't really like that cereal, and you just move on. If you don't really like it, you can hit like ignore button or whatever, not interested, and get rid of it forever. But instead, like people feel the need to do it. And again, it's like going back to that same thing from last week where it's like, oh, like why can't we just like enjoy what we enjoy, and just like, you don't need to like feel so embarrassed about things. You don't have to feel so like think that things are cringe. And some things, honestly, it's good to be cringe. And honestly is like, like who cares? I feel like a lot of cringe, as we say, is just like people not being comfortable with themselves, or being comfortable in their own skin, or being comfortable in certain situations, which again, I completely understand. Like I have a lot of my own like anxieties and, stuff like that where, you feel it when like you're in public, or like, doing public speaking, or even like in group situations, or like you're in a store or something like that, or, like you're in the mall, like situations like that where you have that certain sense of like, shyness, anxiety, because you don't want to do anything that's going to bring too much attention to yourself. Whereas honestly, it's like, as again, as long as you're not doing anything that's actively hurting people, then I think a lot of things are just mostly fine. Like don't be like one of those people who's like doing pranks and stuff in stores and stuff where you're literally just like making people's lives worse. Like that's not cool. Don't do that. But like, just being yourself, that's fine. If you want to wear super bright colors or something like that, like, but you're like embarrassed because you're like, oh, I don't want to be cringe. Oh no, I don't want people to judge me. People are going to judge you no matter what you do. no matter what you wear, no matter how you act. So honestly, just like embrace what you are and just like go for it. Again, as long as you're not hurting people. That's literally like my one like thought that I go to about anything. Like it's my opinion of like, is this thing bad or good? Like, is it hurting someone? If it's not, then I mean, who really cares? Doesn't really matter then. If it is, then yeah, it's bad, you know. But like if it's not and it's just like existing, who cares? You know, like I don't need to like worry about what everyone's doing with their lives, what shows they're watching, what music they're listening to, what food they're eating, you know. It doesn't impact me, you know. And I feel like more people need that sort of mindset. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna come out. I'm not gonna. Just to be honest, I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna come out here and act like I'm like this super outgoing individual who doesn't care at all about being cringe and, you know, is not embarrassed at all about any of the topics I love. Because again, there's always that there. That's always in the back of someone's head. That's always in the back of my head. You know, that anxiety is always still there. But you know, it's about getting past it. You gotta push past these things. Because again, you'll never like experience a lot of like things in life if you're too stuck on that type of stuff. Like there's stuff I've done where like, you know, if it would have been like younger version of me, I would have been like way too shy to do it because like, you know, I've been going out of my comfort zone to like, you know, fly by myself to go to like a concert or like meet a group of people at a concert that I didn't know beforehand. Like those are things that you know, that I would have probably been like too shy at one point in my life to do or too anxious to do at one point in my life. But then like, you know, I got older, I got past that, and I was able to do those things, and those are like incredible memories. And again, I feel like that's what everyone should kind of go for. Like, again, life is way too short, like way too short. It's like there's not enough time to do everything we want to do. So don't get too bogged down on things. Like, enjoy what you enjoy, like what you like, do what you do. Again, it's all good. Because again, being cringe is not really a thing. Like, you should go out of your way to be cringe, honestly. I know that's something that like I'm working on with like these videos and stuff like that. It's even like even these videos, like I do feel that like embarrassment sometimes and like that shyness where like I'm trying to be like open on the video and like not really care like what I look like or how I act or what faces I make or stuff like that. But I still do. I mean, like, you know, even just like putting on this outfit for the video, I was like, well, like, what am I gonna wear? Because I mean, like before the video, I'm just like lounging around, and so I'm just wearing comfy clothes. But you know, like I want to like look somewhat presentable in a video, you know. So I put on a shirt and I put on a hat because my hair's a mess today, and you know, that's what it is. You know, like there's always that embarrassment, that cringe factor, that shy factor. But I try and get past that. I try and like just like act more normal and like myself in the videos, not like worrying about what I'm doing. Because I mean, if I did, I probably would never upload these videos in the first place. Like, you know, even like my thumbnails and stuff like that, I worry about. I'm like, God, I make like the same face. It's always like a smiling face and stuff like that. But I'm worried about making like other faces because then like, do I look too weird on these stuff? And I mean, like, that's just how it is. Like, there's always gonna be the shyness. There's always gonna be the cringe. There's always gonna be the embarrassment. There's always gonna be the anxiety. But like, yeah, you just kind of gotta work past it. And so, you know, you shouldn't really worry too much about it. I mean, it's gonna be there. Try and work through it your best self. Again, I'm not like an expert on this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just some random guy on YouTube who, you know, enjoys talking because I have a lot to say. Whether it's actually like good information, who really knows? But I enjoy doing it, so that's why I'm making these videos. That's why I talk about things that, you know, I'm probably way out of my depth on. Like, I'm still fairly new to Twilight. I do love Twilight, but I talk about it a lot because, you know, who really cares? You know, it's not hurting anyone that I'm talking about Twilight, so who cares? Talk about wrestling. Am I a professional wrestler? No. Ever done anything in the industry of wrestling? Nope, just a fan. So I talk about it because I enjoy it. Who really cares? You know? I have a K-pop channel. Do I have any musical experience? Nope. Do I have any? I mean, I have dance experience, but that's different. I don't have any like singing or vocal or music creation experience, but I still talk about K-pop because I love K-pop. So, you know, get past the cringe because it's never going to go away. You just got to deal with it and embrace what you love. So yeah, I think that's enough for this video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment what you think about my thoughts on this subject. Let me know, like, you know, do you experience cringe? Do you worry about cringe? You know, like, yeah, let me know. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Let me know also in the comments like what you think about videos like this. Do you enjoy them? Because I could talk more about random subjects. If there's something you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments, and I'll try and get to it. Again, we're still like learning on this channel. This is a lot more of a loose channel compared to like Aeong's K-pop Corner, my K-pop dedicated channel now. That's purely K-pop. This is more loose. Like it's just kind of like, what am I feeling? You know, like I have certain topics I'm gonna get to, like wrestling and Twilight. But you know, I'm a little bit more easygoing. Like I'm more up to talking about like other things. So yeah, let me know. I'm always down to talk about stuff. But yeah, this has been Zach with the Aeong Show. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace.